Yo, what's up guys? It's EliteShot here, aka Sean, bringing you guys another epic class setup video. Ever since I posted my first epic class setup for Black Ops 2, a lot of you guys have been requesting me and asking me to make another one. And the main reason I haven't been making these epic class setups is 1, because they take a lot of time, 2, they aren't getting as much recognition as they were from MW3, and 3, my classes, my loadouts aren't as good as they were from MW3. I'm a much better MW3 player than I am Black Ops 2, and I feel a lot more confident in MW3 with my classes. But over time, and since Black Ops 2 been out for so long, I'm starting to get a feel for a lot of these classes. I'm starting to like a lot of things, and I'm really feeling confident with my setups. So today's setup is going to be on the MSMC. This is probably the most overused, overpowered SMG in the game. I'm only saying that because I see this gun being used all the time. If you dive an SMG, it's most likely going to be the MSMC. It's very good. It took me some time to get used to it and to get the feel for the weapon, but once you learn how to use this thing, it's a beast. I have a lot of great gameplays to show you guys throughout this video, and this gun does some work. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. To start off, I call this my stealthy rushing class because it's designed to get a lot of kills quickly while being able to be stealthy at the same time. I'll first start off with the weapon's primary stats, and for the damage, it's 40 from up close and 18 from far away. The MSMC has the highest damage close range, meaning it has higher damage than all other SMGs in its class. Making this weapon such a beast from close quarters combat, you'll be able to drop your opponents very quickly as long as you're accurate. The reload time is 2.1 seconds when it's normal, and that means when there's still ammo in the clip. And the reload time is 2.45 seconds empty, and that means when there's completely no ammo in the clip. This reload time is pretty slow and has one of the slowest reload times out of its class, so using fast mags is definitely recommended. For the rate of fire, it has 750 RPMs. This is slower than most SMGs. The Vector, the MP7, the Scorpion all have higher fire rates than this weapon, but their damages are lower, so the MSMC's damage kind of does compensate for its low fire rate, but still a very good weapon. This weapon has 30 rounds to a clip, and it has 40 rounds with extended clip. However, I wouldn't recommend using extended clip because there's a lot better attachments to use over it. Though, if you like having more ammo in your gun, I guess it wouldn't hurt. It definitely would help in, larger game modes like Ground War, but personally I don't use it. For my attachments, I like to use the silencer as well as fast mags. I use the silencer because, like I said before, this is my stealthy rushing class. I like to not show up on radar and for my gun to be a little bit quieter. It makes me able to get more kills while I'm in the enemy base because when I'm rushing around, I have to be as close quarters as possible with this weapon, and having a silencer makes me that much more stealthy. And I also put on fast mags because, since I said this is a close quarters combat weapon, you want to be quick. You want to be reloading as fast as you can. As soon as you empty your clip, you got to make sure you're ready to kill some more. So fast mags definitely helps out. It's equivalent to sleight of hand in Black Ops 2. On this class, I don't use a secondary weapon, but instead I just use the combat knife. For most of my classes, I don't really use a secondary. I don't think it's worth it because most of the time I never switch over to my secondary, and it's better to have an extra perk or an extra attachment. However, the combat knife is pretty helpful and useful in some ways because you can rush to flags faster, you can rush to cover faster. It's just pretty handy. And you can also use it to stab somebody in the back to be pretty cool, but it's pretty tough to stay alive long enough to use it. Now for my perks. These perks are pretty necessary and what makes this class such a stealthy killer it is. For my first tier perks, I put on Ghost and Lightweight. I put on Ghost because it's pretty obvious. Since I'm using a silencer, I want to be stealthy and I don't want to show up on radar, so Ghost really does help there. A lot of people use UAVs in this game, and this definitely stops that. I also put on Lightweight because, like I said, this is my rushing class, and having Lightweight just makes you run that much faster, makes you be able to get places faster and kill people that much quicker, so it's definitely helpful. For my second perks, I put on Toughness and Scavenger. Toughness, it was a toss-up. When I first played this game, I never used it because I didn't think it was necessary, but when I started testing it out and started using it for myself, I really noticed a big change and a big difference when I was getting in gunfights. You survive a lot longer. Say if you and an opponent both shoot each other at the same time, if you have Toughness and he doesn't, most likely you're going to win that gunfight, so it really does help out there. And I put on Scavenger because with this class, I tend to survive a longer time, or at least I try to survive for a longer time. And having Scavenger allows me to replenish my weapon. You want to make sure you have ammo in your MSMC at all times, so Scavenger really does help out. And for my last perk, I put on Dexterity. Now Dexterity is kind of an obvious choice. I put it on most of my classes because it does help out a lot. Since I have lightweight on and since I'll be rushing around a lot, I'll be able to aim down my sight a lot quicker if I see an enemy that surprises me, or if I want to climb through a window or jump over some ledge a lot quicker. It's just a great perk to have on, especially for this rushing class. These perk choices aren't set in stone. You guys can put whatever you want, but this is what I feel most comfortable with. These are what I do best with, so this is just my opinion. But if you guys like using something else, definitely throw it on there. If you guys like marathon over dexterity, put that on. If you guys like fast hands over toughness, put that on. It's your choice, but this is what I use. Next up, I like to cover my score streaks, and these score streaks aren't really a big part of this class. You guys can put whatever you want, whatever you like using, whatever you feel most comfortable with. But what I put on was the UAV, the V-set, and the Overwatch. These 3 score streaks are pretty cool for this class because it's mainly a rushing class. You want to be using a weapon as the primary damage source. You don't want to have your score streaks getting too many kills. So the UAV does help out off the start to know where the enemies are and to find them and kill them as quickly as you can. The V-set's a pretty obvious choice because I think it's the best score streak in the game. Being able to see enemy position and where they're going at all times for, what is it, the 30 seconds? I'm not really sure, but it does help out so much, and I get so many more kills when I have the V set up. It helps you, helps your team, it helps everyone. It's just a great score streak to use. And for the Overwatch, I use this because you could still run and gun. You don't have to place this on the map. You don't have to waste your time deciding where to put it or anything like that. You just call it in, it follows you around, gets you kills, and it actually kills the people at long range that are too tough for you to kill from close range, so it does help out there. These are what I use. You guys can put whatever you want on. The Stealth Chopper is a great choice. The AGR is a great choice. The Attack Dogs are a great choice. If you want to use a Swarm, go ahead. But most of the time, I don't think those super high score streaks are worth using. These are pretty easy to get, and they're also pretty good, so I recommend these. And lastly, for my lethal and tactical, I don't have any. This is just my opinion, but I feel like without using lethal and non-lethal grenades, you're focusing more on getting kills. You're not worrying about throwing a stun or throwing a grenade. You're just focusing on getting kills with your primary weapon. You guys can put whatever you want on. If you guys don't like some perk or some score streak or some attachment, you guys can change it. This is what I use. This is how I do best. And this is what I feel the best layout for this weapon is for me. So other options are definitely available. Now I'll cover some game modes that this class works pretty well in. Whenever I use this class, I tend to play kill confirmed. I like to play some domination. Any game mode that doesn't have a main primary objective. Like, you don't want to play hardpoint, you don't want to play demolition. I'm not even sure if this class would be good for search because you don't want to be near a bomb site where people chuck grenades. This class does not sustain so much damage, so you won't be able to withstand so many grenades or stuns, flashes. I try to stay away from those game modes. If this class had Flat Jacket or Tac Mask, I would definitely play them, but since it doesn't, I'd recommend playing game modes that people don't throw grenades as much in. But again, guys, that's my opinion. That's what I think. If you guys want to try this class out, definitely give it a go. It's pretty good. I do great with it. I had some pretty good gameplays throughout this video. If you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a big thumbs up. I really try to get as many likes as I can on these because these take a lot of time, a lot of work, and I really put so much effort into making these, and your support really does help out and motivate me to make more of them. If you guys want to see another class, another setup, say so below in the comments. Maybe you guys want to leave a certain weapon. If I see that weapon come up often or it's the top rated weapon, I'll use it and I'll create a class for it next. But thanks a lot for watching, guys. And as always, it's EliteShot here, aka Sean, your friendly COD fanboy. I'm signing out. Peace.